I got revenge on my ex. This is a throwaway, but a few years ago, I then woman 27 years was dating a guy then man 29 years, and he was pressing hard to move in with me. He was living with his mother, and hated it. I held out for 13 months and then invited him to move in. Everything seemed good. I worked from home but would take the dog for a walk straight after, and then head to the gym or swimming. It was my routine, and it worked as he would get home from his job but preferred to rest or game. My house was tiny, but we never argued or got on each other's nerves. It was going well, or so I thought. I worked in the office usually one day a week, and one day I was told my laptop was getting a sweep. They did this regularly. It was to ensure that employees didn't look at or download 18+ content on company devices. I wasn't worried. I never used the laptop for personal use. I had my own laptop and an iPad and my phone. Once I was finished for the day, the laptop was turned off until the following morning. Well, I got called to HR, and it was terrible. There was barely legal 18+ content and other no-so vanilla stuff on there. A lot of it. Plus they showed me that my BF had an OAS account. They were pretty sure it was all his doing, but wanted to know if I allowed him access to the laptop, but I hadn't. I had no clue he used it. I knew his own laptop was old, slow, and dodgy, but I never thought he was using my work one. The tech guy very kindly also showed me where my boyfriend was, or had cheating with 15 women. There was chats, pictures, hookup plans, profiles on dating sites. I was floored. He had slept with at least 12 of them, and was chatting and flirting with the rest. Anyway, I got a warning for not securing my laptop properly in my home, but they were very kind about it. It was only to stay on my record for 6 months. The tech guy, Roman, helped me download everything I needed, and also got me phone numbers of 9 of the women, so I was able to set up a group chat and sent them everything, all the proof of the other women, and I emailed the other 6. I then blocked them all. My brothers had packed up Buff's stuff, and I dropped it to his mother's and gave her printouts. I told her I got in trouble at work, and I could have lost my job over his 18+ content. I then sent boyfriend screenshots of everything. Told him that he nearly cost me my job and he was dumped. He was panicking as I out-earned him 3 times over. He had been using my car as his had died, and he couldn't afford to live alone, as not only was he a low-earned, he was in debt that he had to clear. Regardless, I blocked him and moved on. I heard his mother wouldn't let him stay, and he couch surfed. He had been dumped by his harem of other women, and he was struggling. I didn't hear any more from him until I got an STD test, and it wasn't clear. I was lucky it was treatable, and I'm okay, but I unblocked the women and put in the group an email that they all needed to get tested, if they hadn't already. I unblocked him to tell him that he had infected me, and that he literally had no redeeming qualities as a person, and I regretted ever meeting him. Well, he told me I had ruined his life, so I deserved the STD. I was livid, but just blocked him again. A few months later, one of the guys at work was talking about his new great friend who needed a break. He was going to get him a job in the logistics side. It wasn't skilled work, but well paid relatively. Imagine my shock one day when this guy at work showed me the picture of my ex and himself. X was his new friend. He had gone for interviews and it was looking like he was getting the job. Now I wouldn't have seen him as I was in the offices, but it annoyed me to think he was going to get a job there when he put my job in danger. So I hot-footed it down to HR and informed them that this was guy who downloaded the questionable 18+ content on my laptop and who had 15 other women and was completely dishonest in my opinion. Well, they thanked me for the info and I heard no more. He didn't get the job. My colleague couldn't figure out why he didn't get the job and was upset for his friend who needed this break badly as he was in a bad place. I said nothing but was secretly delighted. I ruined his chances of getting decent employment at my company, and to this day, I don't regret it. I don't know anything about him now, but feel we are somewhat even. I hope he's living the life he deserves. Subscribe to our project to see even more interesting stories.